What's good, guys? Happy day. So glad you are with us.
With y'all back.
Ready to dive right into this content that we got.
Did you know while we were gone that Hamas activists stormed the Capitol?
I saw it.
Really?
I saw it. I did.
Really?
I've been covering some content like this on Sniper Red TV. This is
they said
today.
they fought officers, they defaced buildings, and they tore up offices and threatened representatives.
That's crazy. I didn't really watch the video. I just saw it come up on the feed. Yeah.
Shout out to Benny Johnson, man. This is looking at this action, seeing what he's saying about this.
So how is this okay?
It's not. It's not okay. It's not okay.
December 7th, 1941. September 11th, 2001.
And you usually don't see the protesters on this level, so that's, I think, why you're starting to see the arrests being made over here.
A date which will live in infamy.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. You either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. And now the pro-terrorist left is beginning to see exactly what happens to them when they stage an insurrection at the Capitol. Check this out. This is footage from seconds ago. This is still ongoing. Inside of the United States Capitol House Rotunda, a building called the Cannon Building, where hundreds of Congress members have their offices. It has been stormed by radical pro-Hamas, pro-terrorist leftists, and these people are behaving violently. They're threatening members of Congress. They're screaming. They're disrupting official proceedings. And, ladies and gentlemen, they are getting their asses arrested. Thank God. Okay, so what is going on here? There is, inside and outside, a mass of protesters demanding that America back Hamas, effectively, back a terrorist organization, demanding a ceasefire in Gaza, in Israel, and trying to demand the federal government do their policy prescription. Now, it's amazing to me because there was a time when peaceful protest and a redress of grievances were something that we protected inside of our constitutional rights. But those times are long gone. And so now, if you're going to stage a violent insurrection at the United States Capitol, then you best be prepared for the consequences. We shall see. Get ready for some selective prosecution here. Marjorie Taylor Greene was filming this video. This is what it looked like from her office. Outside of the balcony from her office. Look at this. It's an absolute invasion of the Capitol. How did all these people get into the building? Marjorie Taylor Greene saying, did the Capitol Police just let them in? They arrested everybody on January 6th.
Right.
Well, people are getting arrested. Check this out. This is the footage of just a small little cadre of officers heading down to face the mob of Palestinian terrorist sympathizers and terrorist organizers.
But why don't
so
they
check
have
it out. This is from the balcony of
the
Capitol
feds
building.
down there?
This is what it looked like outside. What it sounds like outside. You can see up there in the white. You see Marjorie Taylor Greene up there. And so you have the typical blue hairs, lunatics, leftists, no eggs, cat ladies, soy simps.
I used to have pink hair.
And generally people who are deeply deserving of a shower. Hopefully they'll get one in solitary confinement. This guy fighting with the cops, getting arrested. Good Lord. That is pathetic. Look at him go. Look at him shaking. I don't remember January 6th protesters being so infantile. Here's another person being arrested. This is what it looks like inside of the Capitol Rotunda right now.
Wow.
So you see the arrests, and then we'll zip over here to inside of the Rotunda, where the protesters have taken over this place that is reserved just for members of Congress, right? You're not allowed to be up here.
They're just walking up there like it's all good.
So
where's the protection for the Capitol people?
Inside of the Rotunda and throughout the balcony. So once more, not a place that you are allowed to be inside of the United States Capitol. They are breaking in, and we will cover all of the crimes that they have now broken, that they should, of course, be put immediately into pretrial solitary confinement in the D.C. Gulag. Pro-Hamas group occupies congressional building, demands a ceasefire in Gaza. This is, various summary of what they're doing here. You can see here, Voice for Peace. You can see where they're plotting and planning this protest. Of course, this type of plot is what put members of the Proud Boys into prison for 22 years, right?
Right, yeah.
Just like simple text messaging and organizing about a protest is what's locking up people for 22 years for the rest of their lives, ostensibly. House alert. Access restrictions. This is a message from the House Sergeant at Arms. Due to First Amendment activities, Capitol grounds, all pedestrians and entry points, House buildings have been restricted to members and staff only. So now they're locking down the Capitol. Anti-Israel protesters mob Capitol building, leading to arrests. So people are getting arrested. I guess that's a good thing. 3,000. Okay, well, I don't actually know. It doesn't. They don't actually say. These are the casualty numbers in the conflict in Gaza, Israel. And so, protest from If Not Now When, and Jewish Voices for Peace demanding a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. They're being arrested after staging an anti-Israel demonstration and mobbing the U.S. Capitol. So here is what that protest looks like, by the way. Now you can see vandalism here. Here they are writing on the Capitol walls. So this is vandalism, obviously, and defacing of federal property. There you go.
Where are the feds?
Oh, do those guys look Israeli to you? I don't know. I'll just let you answer that. Do those guys look like Israeli to you? Like, don't worry. These are Jewish people protesting. Really? Just asking questions. Just asking questions. Vandalizing the Capitol.
This is just
That's
ridiculous.
crazy.
Here are the arrests that are being made. Because of course you're not allowed to be up here, right? There's a restricted area. So here are the arrests being made.
No respect for the Capitol.
Pretty easy to arrest these.
My question is, why isn't it? Why didn't they just massively shoo those people out of there? Like, why do they give them an opportunity to speak?
I don't know. My question is, where are the feds? They should be there and arresting all of those people.
I agree.
And not a small group of police officers.
Right, I agree.
The FBI should have been down there in the vans, the paddy wagons, taking people down.
I thought it'd been crazy.
Where they at?
See that, but stuff like that makes me nervous because then if groups can get in that space like that, then is there a matter of time before the really wrong ones get in there?
I can't. What can you really expect from the leaders we have in office?
Not much.
Currently.
Not much.
In this administration.
Not much.
So disappointing.
These guys. Pretty. And here comes more. This is the classic Greta Thunberg arrest, where they carry the lady out. And here comes more arrests. You're in a restricted area of the Capitol building.
And so they should have had federal officers down there helping them escort out. They did in January.
Right. Exactly.
There you go. If you F around, you shall find out. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, here's our favorite arrest. This guy. I did something illegal, and now I'm suffering the consequences of my own action. Vampire getting hit by holy water.
Okay.
This is what it looks like outside. Again, outside and inside, there's just mob activity now.
Wow.
Outside and inside, there's mob activity. People are screaming. People are crying. Marjorie Taylor Greene is live streaming. Got a bunch of views on this live stream. Marjorie Taylor Greene showing that there's an insurrection happening now at the United States Capitol.
She 400,000 short of a million views going.
What?
Who's leading that insurrection? Well, Donald Trump is facing trial and a special counsel investigation for inciting an insurrection inside of the U.S. Capitol. Democrat Rashida Tlaib, unhinged anti-Semite, goes after Biden and her fellow Democrats, saying that it's a threat. Oh, okay, got it. Here she is outside fomenting the crowd. Here's the crowd. This is the crowd that marched up and staged an insurrection. So this is exactly what they said Donald Trump did on January 6th.
Right.
They're trying to put Donald Trump away for a million years.
Exactly.
For doing the exact same thing. Despite being proven wrong that Israel bombed a hospital in Gaza, Rashida Tlaib breaks down in tears at the pro-Hamas rally outside of the Capitol, repeating the claim that Israel bombed a hospital. She is lying. So she is using her office to lie to people, to whip them up into a frenzy, and stage an insurrection.
That's crazy.
My God. That is like literally exactly what they say Donald Trump did. Wow. Well, we'll be able to see what happens next. Never understand why it's okay for certain groups to stage an insurrection more than others. Which one of these looks like an insurrection to you? Here are the people walking very daintily between the velvet
January,
ropes
right?
on
Yeah,
January
that's
6th.
that day.
And here are the people screaming
Right.
and wailing inside of the U.S. Capitol
Wow.
Exactly.
at this very moment. On the left, you have actual pro-terrorist insurrectionists occupying the U.S. Capitol. On the right, you have a 65-year-old grandma peacefully protesting. Guess which one the
Wow.
Biden DOJ will charge as a terrorist? Guess. I'll let you guess. Peaceful protesters, domestic violent extremists. Yep. It was only a matter of time. So, Julie Kelly, my favorite person when it comes to January 6th reporting, without question and without any reservation, I can say she's the best reporter on January 6th charges. No one does better than Julie Kelly, friend of the show. If not obstruction charge, the demonstrator should face the same January 6th charges: civil disorder, interfering, impeding law enforcement, parading in the Capitol, disorderly conduct, using loud, abusive, threatening language in the Capitol, conspiracy.
Should be the same.
Exactly.
Yeah. Of course they should.
Should be
Because
the
look at
same.
here. Here's members of
Spot
Congress
on.
that have actually had their offices desecrated. This guy had his I Stand With Israel sign ripped down from his office.
It's crazy.
This guy is from Texas. His name's Randy Weber. And he had his office violated by these people.
Oh my gosh.
Marjorie Taylor Greene took a photo of one of their phones. Okay? So this is some guy on a phone. The chat says global intifada. Now, intifada is, of course, the terrorist word from the Palestinians to kill the Jews, to destroy all of Israel. All right?
That's
You
horrible.
know, the first intifada, second intifada, global intifada. Intifada. Furtada. Furtada tamala. Tamala tamale. Well, these people are going to be tamales because hopefully they'll be totally roasted by the DC justice system, right? I'm just
Hopefully.
fighting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I cannot wait for Merrick Garland to charge these people and Christopher Wray to charge these people, for our justice system to start the
That's
gears to begin to grind
right.
against these individuals.
Yeah.
Text like this. This is Julie Kelly again. So Marjorie Taylor Greene takes this photo of one of their phones, right? Showing that they're organizing
Oh man, she got a picture of somebody's phone.
a global intifada, an Arabic rebellion and uprising. She took one of the
really?
a photo of one of the insurrectionist photos.
Wow.
Julie Kelly saying, texts like these were used as incriminating evidence in the Proud Boys seditious conspiracy case, which led to the convictions and prison sentences of up to 22 years.
Wow.
So how long
Wow.
will this guy go to prison? How long? Now, it's not just at the Capitol. This is just today. Earlier this week, there was an insurrection at the White House, one of their favorite targets. And you can see here all of the violent imagery of people being arrested at the White House as the same pro-terrorist protesters stormed the White House, jumped barricades, attacked cops.
That's crazy.
Now, speaking to my own experience in Washington, D.C. as a reporter, I can tell you that the left has carte blanche to rage through the Capitol, to storm up to buildings, to desecrate them, and to try and burn them down. I've seen it again and again and again. The Kavanaugh protests are ones that come to mind, but various other feminist protests and Women's March and so on and so forth. These are massive protests where the left just wiles out in D.C. and does stuff that is absolutely and empirically 1,000 times worse than anything you saw on January 6th. Okay? Empirically. Like, based on all data and available evidence. Right? And I was there physically to catalog some of that evidence. Right?
Man.
I did a bunch of work during the Kavanaugh protests, for instance. And nothing ever happens to them.
What does our country look like to other countries?
Right.
How do we look? This is just as what I've been thinking about while I've been sitting over here and just looking at this. Is like, we look like we do not have it together.
We don't like superpower.
We look like at any moment we are vulnerable
That's
to whatever
possible.
outsiders want to do.
That's possible. Yep.
That is just so. When I think about it, I get beat
We do look
red.
vulnerable.
I really do. Just think about where we were 5 years ago, 4 years ago, compared to where we are now.
Beat red. I'm dark as I am. I'm getting beat red too.
And so, as a student of history and also as a parent to young children, and these people all behave like prepubescent, screaming, psychotic little children who desperately need a spanking. And here they are, jumping over the barricades, fighting with cops. Where are your charges? Where are the charges against those people? Fighting against the cops.
Exactly.
The only way it's ever going to stop is consequences. So what are the consequences going to be?
That's right.
Arrested?
Right.
Are they going to be given the exact same consequences as January 6ers? Is that the rule now? This is precisely what should happen. Precisely what should happen. What happened to January 6ers were wrong. You reset the table, and now everyone's going to have to eat from the same table.
Right.
Now, effectively, if you're going to protest in Washington, D.C., you better just expect to go to prison. Is that right? No. Are those the rules? Okay. Well, then you better damn well apply them to both sides, especially the people who are organizing with terrorist groups to terrorize the Capitol. And let me tell you, those people aren't wearing MAGA hats. They're wearing the little, whatever you call it, for Hamas, little green headband for Hamas.
That's ridiculous.
So, them's the breaks.
These are the breaks.
You best be charging, and charge away.
That's right.
Okay? I look forward to it. I'm licking my chops. Won't hold my breath. Also, Rashida Tlaib should be kicked out of Congress. She should be expelled from Congress. She's clearly a terrorist sympathizer, and she's clearly fomenting terrorism against the United States Capitol. Enough with the charade. This entire thing was a total mistake. The only reason Rashida Tlaib can even win in these districts is that they these stupid regimes in America relocate so many people from outside of the country into one congressional district, and you can get people like her, who just wild-eyed, terrorist-sympathizing, anti-Semitic radicals who foment this kind of thing. It's dangerous. It's dangerous, ladies and gentlemen.
Crazy.
But we're led by idiots. So, let's go. Time for some. Lock them up. Lock them up. It's your boy, Benny. Like, share, and subscribe if you believe that these people should do 2 years of solitary confinement at the DC Gulag pre-trial. I certainly do.
Wow.
Man, please. They ought to get longer than that, because some of those people in January, they got long terms. I'm like, oh my gosh. And they didn't even look like any of that.
Didn't look nothing like that. When we first saw Jan 6, we thought, wow, look at this. Now look at this.
Unacceptable. And I still don't know why the feds were not down there. You got small groups of police officers down there. Where was everybody else? Agents.
That's a great question.
This is, that's just, we look weak to other countries.
Very, very.
Oh, this is just so frustrating and heartbreaking, because we should not be in this situation. There's no way they should have been able to get in, walk inside the Capitol like that. Excuse me. Period.
All right.
All right, guys. So if you actually want to know a little bit more about what's really going on, if you were like me, when I started seeing this come up, I was like, okay, I know I've read about this in the Bible, and it's been going on for ages, but why? What is the derivative of this? How did it start? Why did it start? Go to Snapper Red TV and check out the video that I have about, how it began, how it started.
Absolutely.
And if you want more content, more informative content, raising your level of awareness, to be thinkers and to do the own research for yourself, subscribe to the channel. Keep giving us comments, guys. We love your comments. We appreciate the squad we have. So grateful. And we'll see you on the next video.
Bye.
Yee.